What is going on, guys? It is Ian and Victoria here from Radioactive. Happy Halloween. Today we are joined by Robby from Dark Divine. How are you doing today, Robby?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
We are very excited to have you on the show today. This is all perfect. So we got Toad, Luigi, and Scary Dry Bones today. So this is the best, I think, Halloween episode we've done. So, and hasn't even started yet. I'm
glad I'm here for
it. Okay, Robby, so we just want to start off by talking about some upcoming shows that you guys will be playing. You guys are going to be playing the Apocalypse Fest with Motionless in White, and then you also will be doing some shows with the Funeral Portrait. Can you just tell us a little bit about these shows you'll be playing?
Yeah, we're gearing up to be playing Apocalypse Fest with Motionless in White, Fit for a King, Kublai Khan, and Scene Queen. It'll be our first show ever with Motionless in White and all of those bands for that fact. But it's been a long time coming, at least from the fan base requests, and just obviously based off of our influences, we've always wanted to play with them. So it's finally here. That'll be on November 1st, the day after Halloween. But obviously with us, it's Halloween every single day. It doesn't have to be October 31st. I believe some tickets are still on sale for that. And then about a week later, we'll be starting a short East Coast run with the Funeral Portrait, as well as Not Enough Space. For those shows, we are offering VIP, so you have a VIP experience with Dark Divine if that's something you'd like to do or interested in. We'll be playing Chattanooga, Tennessee, Greenville, South Carolina, Orlando, Florida, which is the hometown of the band, Tampa, Florida, which is my hometown, and then we'll be ending in Atlanta, Georgia.
Ooh. Hey, I actually just thought of a question.
Go for it.
I might have an answer.
So, I don't know if it's necessarily like a scary subject given the fact that you live in Florida, but can you tell me about what hurricane is this? Which one?
The one that just came through?
Yes.
So we had Hurricane Helene, and then about a week later we had Hurricane Milton, and both were pretty bad. Just wildest wind I've experienced in a hurricane. I've been in quite a few hurricanes being a Floridian. But I lucked out. The guys lucked out. The worst that we experienced was just some, power that went out for a couple of days, whereas there were other people that weren't as fortunate and had flooding and other big issues due to wind. So it was an experience, that's for sure.
Can I just ask, what do you personally do to kind of prepare for a hurricane? Because I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and my father and I, we have members of our extended family who live in Florida, and I'm very, very curious as to how people kind of prepare for a natural disaster.
Well, I mean, in Florida, what a lot of people do is the wrong thing to do, and everybody freaks out and chaos kind of erupts because it's at a point where everybody thinks if I don't get gas or, then I'm never going to get gas. If I don't get water, I'm never going to get water. The best thing to do, at least from my experience, as far as what I do to get ready, is the second I hear that there's a big storm possibly coming for the area, go to the store, get 2 cases of water, just set them aside, get gas, fill up your car, and get a spare tank of gas as well. And that's about it. If like for me, we were concerned about flooding, so I would get sandbags, and we put sandbags up against the garage doors, any entryway into the house, put sandbags up. Um, take everything that's as far as on your patios or anything, take that all off because the wind could just send it flying, and you don't want that to happen. But the best thing is to just remain calm. And if it's a situation where you feel like you don't feel safe in it and you want to go, then evacuate. Or some people don't want to walk away from their belongings. Just stay calm and treat it as smart as possible. Be as patient as possible, and don't freak out. Because if you don't have a level head, you're not going to think clearly.
I love that. That's an awesome answer. I love that so much. I think and to an extent I understand because where I'm from, my hometown is in like the outskirts of St. Louis. It's like 30 minutes down the road. There's a bridge that takes us from Oakville, my hometown, to Arnold, Missouri. And unfortunately, people have had to like do sandbags in order to prevent water from getting into their home. So, to an extent, I understand kind of, I can paint a very vivid picture in my mind of,
Yep.
okay, this is how it's supposed to look.
That's about all you can do. There's only so much that you can do, especially when Mother Nature is involved. So you can be as prepared as possible, but also there's really no being over prepared for it. So it's just the issue. I think what makes it scary is when all the chaos ensues and everybody starts freaking out, and then that makes everybody else that's not freaking out start freaking out. So that's what makes it more scary. Like to me, anytime I've been through a storm down here in Florida, it's it hasn't the storm itself hasn't been worse than some of the actions I've seen by people, getting ready for the storm. So if that makes any sort of sense. The way people act, the way people start, hoarding water, hoarding gas, hoarding toilet paper for that matter. It's so I've always seen the human behavior be scarier than the storm itself sometimes.
100%. 100%. I mean, when COVID first hit the United States, I mean, everybody and their mom was like, toilet
Okay,
paper.
but why toilet paper? Like, out of
I
all
don't know.
things, why toilet paper? Like, I get the Lysol wipes, I get your disinfectants, like, but why toilet paper? Okay, Robbie, so you guys have been on the road quite a bit this past year. Can you just tell us like some of your favorite things about being on the road, some of your favorite places to play, cities to visit, things like that?
Um, some of my favorite things about being on the road is there's a sense of freedom that comes with being out on the road, and being able to spend a lot of time with the band. And the more tours that we do, the closer we get as band members and as friends, and just being able to do what we do and what we love to do. Meeting fans is another favorite thing of mine. Putting a lot of names to faces that you see on the internet. Just connecting with everybody and being able to see the type of community that this band has kind of built around itself, and all of that's been at the help of our fan base, and it's been growing. So every tour we do, we're also able to see how much our fan base is growing, which is, it's a good indicator to us to keep doing what we're doing, that we're doing something right to some sort of degree. My favorite places to play, um I feel like this is such an easy answer, but the truth is, I love playing my hometown in St. Pete. We've played Janice 2 times now, and that's a venue since I was a kid. I used to go see shows there all the time, and I would always tell myself, I'm going to play this venue one day. And to be able to say I've done it twice now has just been amazing. I also really like playing in Philadelphia, regardless of how cold it gets there. I don't do well with really, really cold, but their Philly cheesesteaks make up for it. So I remember we played, I think it was TLA the last time we played Philly, and right across the street there was this place called Ishkabibbles. And the name itself alone just made me want to go figure out what it was. And they had the best Philly cheesesteaks I ever had in my life. So
That
Amazing.
we're
was
also
actually kind of
Oh, go ahead, Ian. You're good.
well, I'm sorry. I
You're
see,
good.
this is why Zoom is so fun to me
It is.
because like one by one, you could see like everybody's face move and be like, all right, hold on, who said it first?
the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of a question I had because, dude, growing up and especially now that I'm older, I find that my palate has really expanded. Because as a kid, you're like yucky, or I don't like that. But my
Yeah.
father and I, we spend a lot of time together, um, and we would like, well, we still do this. I don't know why I said would. We still do this, like at least once, if not twice a week. My father and I will meet. We'll go have a meal, and then usually that's followed by a movie because that's just kind of our shtick. That's what we like to do. But point being, we have found some very good, like hole in the wall, like pizza parlors, chicken places, Italian restaurants. So my question for you, Robbie, is if you had to pick like top 3 places where you have found just impeccable food, like food that is unmatched, what would they be?
Number one would be Ishkabibbles in Philadelphia. The Philly cheesesteak was just unmatched. The fact that they gave me the option to put provolone cheese and cheese whiz on it just made it number one for me. Um, nu- Number two would be actually here in my hometown of St. Pete. There's this place called Heavy's, and it is the best soul food I've ever had in my life. It's just this small little rinky-dink hole-in-the-wall restaurant in downtown St. Petersburg, but it is the best. I will never say no to getting that restaurant. So it's Heavy's in St. Pete. Third, um, I forget the name of it. I wish I remembered the name of it, but twice now when we've been in New York, there was this little bodega that we would go into, and just the breakfast and lunch sandwiches that they made were absolutely amazing. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I know every time we're there, everybody goes there. Um, I guess I'll give you a fourth one. Joe's Pizza in New York City was really, really good. I guess it was in the Spider-Man movie, or it was famous for being in a Marvel movie, something of that nature. Um, but Anthony and I went and tried it when we were in New York City last, and the pizza was absolutely amazing.
Awesome, because dude, I'm pretty hungry right now. That's why I kind of like after we
Oh,
get done
I
wrapping
gotta
this up.
I gotta tell you about this other place. Now that I can't not tell you about this place. So in Nashville, there's this place called Monell's, and it's just Southern cooking, comfort food. They'll sit you down at a really big dining table, and the way that it works there is you can't be on your phone. This is old school family style meals, and they'll have other families that are coming in. They'll sit down at your table with you, and you just get to eat with strangers initially, but you become best friends by the end of the meal. And this place just keeps bringing you plate after plate. It's just all you can eat. So, like chicken and mac and cheese and biscuits and all the Southern cooking you could think of. And we had messed up and went and ate there before our show in Nashville. So by the time I was done, I barely felt like I could play a show. I needed to sleep for like 16 hours.
Dude, that's like my favorite part about Thanksgiving is when you eat a shit pot ton full of food. And
Yep.
I usually enjoy like a darker beer around that time of year, especially in the
Yeah, of
fall.
course.
I have like a few of those, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pass out for a few hours.
That is the best. Last Thanksgiving, it was our first Thanksgiving away from our families because we were actually over in the UK and Germany with holding absence at that time. And this year we get to be back with our families for Thanksgiving because we won't be on tour. So I'm very excited to get back to the family cooking and just hibernation for 2 or 3 days.
I forgot that you guys didn't have Thanksgiving yet because our Canadian one was last weekend. So that just like really messed me
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah. I was like, Thanksgiving already
Oh,
happened.
oh well, happy belated Thanksgiving.
Well, happy early Thanksgiving. I don't understand why it's on different, like
And
even
now
in
we're
a
on our way to
month.
Halloween.
Yep.
I'd still, dude. I think you told me that like last year or something. I think it was around the same time, like
Yes,
last year.
it
You had
definitely
mentioned
was.
that, and I find that very astounding. It's just crazy
Yep.
that Thanksgiving is so early for Canadian people.
It's weird. Like I don't know why it's like a different day. It's not even like it's like a week apart. It's like a month. It's weird, but I don't know. I don't get
Well,
it.
I mean, like over in the United Kingdom, that's just not something that they celebrate, and I didn't know that. So when we woke up on Thanksgiving Day and we're getting ready to play a show, I'm going around telling everybody Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm not realizing that they don't celebrate Thanksgiving over there. But luckily, holding absence, they were just the sweetest guys, and they knew that we were away from home, and it was probably one of the nicest gestures I've had on touring with bands. Their singer Lucas had come up to us and said, thank you guys for being over here, even on the holiday. We know it's a holiday for you, so it was a really nice gesture. But it was still funny me running around telling everybody Happy Thanksgiving, forgetting that they don't celebrate it over there.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. Really quick, I want to ask you about Deadly Fun Deluxe Edition. What was your favorite bonus track that came from Deadly Fun Deluxe Edition?
My favorite bonus track was the synthwave version of Drown. I, for the longest time, have been a big fan of synthwave music or chillwave music. I really like the retroness to it in a sense, and just kind of the whole 80 vibe. I'm really proud of that one, and really, really happy that we are able to have a synthwave song in our catalog.
hmm Yeah, that one was really cool. That like I wasn't expecting that kind of stuff to be on like the deluxe edition, but it was a nice surprise to see that kind of stuff. Because usually it's bonus songs, right? Like I wasn't expecting that like kind of different of things.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely a band that always wants to kind of experiment with all different sounds and all different styles in a sense. So it was a really cool opportunity to be able to do that style of song.
Is there a style of like music that you guys have like that you'd like to try to do? Like, because you guys stick more to the heavy vibe, but then you have like cold that's a bit more mellow. Is there an element that you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
Well, I will say we have been doing a little bit of our demo writing for some new stuff here in the future, and we've been we tried out a few things that we have always wanted to try in our songs. So I necessarily can't say what those are just to keep the surprise there, but um I think it would be really cool. One thing that we have not tried is going more of a trap beat type verse with Anthony. Kind of like what he did in Burn the Witch, but a little more extreme in the sense of it being a trap beat. And I think if we could ever find the time or find the way to collaborate Anthony with Kim Dracula to do a song, that a trap beat type rock metal song would be amazing to do that with.
Yes. Love me some Kim Dracula. I say that and I only know like 2 songs, but all the
That's
same,
okay.
I do like Kim Dracula a lot. I think they're really, really cool.
Yeah, they are they've been a big inspiration for, the band and trying some new things because they don't stick to one genre. They're very fluent in their genres of music. So it's a good good way to look at being creative.
All right, Robbie. So we have something here kind of fun for you. It's a game. It is Halloween trivia. So, Robbie, how this is going to work is I, I 100% plagiarized this from a website. I don't remember which one it was, but I just Googled
That's okay.
Halloween trivia and I copied and pasted like 5 questions on here.
Okay.
So how this is going to work is some of these are true and false, others are multiple choice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read each question, give you each answer, and I will give you about 20 to 30 seconds to respond.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, Robbie, the first question is what character was the most popular Halloween costume in the year 2023? Options are Barbie, Oppenheimer, Art the Clown, Joker.
I'm gonna say Barbie.
Yep, you got it. No surprise there.
Figured it had to have been.
I mean, Barbie was just unhinged. Like I don't know how much money it made, but it, it, yeah, crazy,
Did
absolutely
very well.
insane. I loved Barbie. I saw Barbie and Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was just phenomenal, but Barbie was just so fun and lighthearted and gave us like something that we kind of needed.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. How many pounds did the world's largest pumpkin weigh? Your options are 4,500 pounds, 2,115 pounds, 3,699 pounds, or 950?
I'm gonna say 950.
Incorrect. It weighed 3,699 pounds.
That is
That is a big
crazy.
pumpkin.
That's crazy.
I don't even know, like, where do you, like, conceive a pumpkin that heavy?
Could you imagine walking through a pumpkin patch and just stumbling upon a 3,000-pound pumpkin?
Like, how much does an average pumpkin weigh?
Uh,
They like what, 10 pounds?
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say, like,
mean, maybe lighter than that.
yeah, like that is crazy.
all right, here we go. True or false? The first Spirit Halloween franchise store opened in 1985.
True.
False. It opened in 1983.
Oh wow. Okay.
All
That
right.
was
This
11
one's
years
a
before I was born.
When were you born? What year?
I was born in 94.
94. So you're 30?
Yep, just turned 30.
Nice. Nice. I think you'll like this. So my cousin on my dad's side of the family, she just turned 30 and her birthday party was at a really big bar in Alton, Illinois. The theme was death to your 30s and everybody, myself included, and my girlfriend, we all dressed like super goth, like all black. Like I even did my makeup. I did like an Andy Biersack born again makeup look,
Oh yeah,
but
that's
I
awesome. I'm only upset I wasn't invited. That sounds like an awesome party.
Dude, I like, and my cousin Steven, when he got married, he and his wife had like a really gothic wedding because it was the day before Halloween is when they got married. And I'm like, dude, if I get married, I would love to have something similar to this. But I think I'm going to lose that battle with my girlfriend if we get married because she's a country gal and she likes sunflowers and orange and pretty colors.
Well, there could be a fair compromise somewhere.
Yes, yes, there can. 100%. All right, so this one's a bit lengthy. This one's a bit lengthy.
Okay.
Which famous person died on Halloween? Your options are Audrey Hepburn, Harry Houdini, Aretha Franklin, or Edgar Allan Poe.
I'm gonna say Edgar Allan Poe.
Incorrect. The answer is
Oh,
Harry Houdini. On October 22nd, while lecturing at McGill University, Houdini invited students to visit him in his dressing room. A student named J. Gordon Whitehead asked Houdini if it was true that he could resist hard punches to his abdomen. And when Houdini said the rumors were true, Whitehead punched Houdini very hard several times in the stomach. Houdini then traveled to Detroit, where he developed severe abdominal pain, cold sweats, and a fever of 104 degrees. Although a doctor suspected appendicitis, Houdini chose to take the stage at the Garrick Theater, collapsing immediately after the final curtain. He died October 31st.
that's insane. That's wild. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm gonna go, if I'm gonna pass away, let me pass away on Halloween. That would be, I'd be okay with that. But still, that's wild.
I love that. I dude, like that's a perfect time to like pass on because then like on Halloween allegedly the spirits are like out more and they're like very, you know, active. So I think that that would be really cool.
And I feel like if there's any sort of afterlife that's real, then on Halloween that would be like the biggest party time. So like if I pass away on Halloween, I'm going on into another world that's already partying. So let's do it.
Oh, I love that. It's great.
All right, last question. Halloween celebrations span 3 days in Spain. True or false?
True.
Correct. There we go. All righty, Halloween trivia is done. And now Victoria has a very fun game that she would like to play with you.
I do. Hopefully these aren't too easy. I always feel bad if I make them like too complicated, but so what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some Dark Divine lyrics, just a short little lyric, and you have to tell me which song it is from.
Okay. I will try my best.
Okay, so the first one we got, beyond the cemetery lies a very lively crowd.
Halloween Town.
Yes. Was really hoping you get that one, because if not, I would have been like, oh no, he's not gonna get the rest of them. Okay, next one. We got, words mean nothing to the deaf and the blind.
Terrifier.
Yes, that is correct. Next one, we got, they wanted metal, so I gave them rust.
Circles.
Yes. Okay, we got two more here. So if you burn, burn, burn every single bridge, then you're gonna die in the fire that you're living in.
Burn the Witch.
Yes. Okay, and last one here. We got, nothing's real until it's close enough for you to touch.
Digital Numb.
There we go. Excellent.
Fire.
You
Love
did
it.
way better on that than when we did this with Chevy. Except we made her complete the lyric to Ice Nine
Oh,
Kilograms.
okay. See, I mean, if I got all of those lyrics wrong, my band would be very, very concerned, considering that I do a lot of the vocal backups for Anthony live. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy I got those right.
But see, sometimes it's just like muscle memory. Like sometimes you just do it and you don't even like pay attention. So it's like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, no,
Chevy,
that's true.
yeah, Chevy was the same way, because like she was always on stage, like during the parts that we asked her about doing like the acting parts, but she was like, you're so focused on other stuff, it's kind of like you hear it and then it's just you don't really acknowledge it or process it.
No, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of just kind of muscle memory and like just yeah, I mean muscle memory in general where if sometimes you'd be saying certain lyrics and I'd be like, "Oh God, what song is that go to?" But we tested my knowledge. I did pretty well. So
You did really well. You got them all right.
All right, Robbie, we have reached the end of the interview, but before we let you go, we have a very spooky Halloween question.
let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. What just happened?
Sorry, there was a fly and it keeps buzzing around my face. It's really annoying me. It's like one of those little tiny fruit flies. They're bugging me. But anyway, I'm sorry, Ian. You can continue.
No, it's okay. I got very concerned for a second.
Nope, I'm good. If you just see me like doing this, there's just a fly buzzing around.
All right, Robbie, picture this. You and the fellas are on your do you guys still have that RV, or that kind of broke down during Bleeders, didn't it?
Yeah, we retired it after the Bleeders tour. We're in a Sprinter van now.
Nice. Okay. So, you're in the Sprinter van and you're driving, you're on tour, but unfortunately, you guys get a flat tire. You can't get it fixed until the morning, and the only place of refuge for the night is a haunted house. Now, here's the kicker: you get to choose the ghost that's haunting you and your band until dawn in said haunted house. Who are you picking and why? It's a dead celebrity though. They've passed away.
Hmm. That is a really good question.
Ian, would you like to give him our top answers that we've had?
Yes, I would. Okay, Robbie. So our top 3 answers have been number 1, Betty White. Was it Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley?
It was Elvis was second, and then third was like Robin Williams, and it was tied for third. It was Robin Williams and someone else.
Billy Mays?
Might have been, yeah.
Michael Jackson?
I think it was Michael Jackson.
I think Michael Jackson was up there for
Yep.
sure.
It makes that's a difficult answer. Like, if it has to be a fictional character, I would definitely choose the Jackal from 13 Ghosts because I think the Jackal from 13 Ghosts would scare everybody senselessly. But Robin Williams is actually a really good answer because that would be like a really positive ghost.
Mhm.
There wouldn't really be that much of a haunting. I feel like it would just be a lot of jokes. So Robin Williams is a very solid answer for that.
It is. I think that's like my favorite answer that we have been given. It's such a valid answer.
Like, could you imagine, like, you're already having a really bad day. You have to go stay in this house that looks completely haunted. You find out it is haunted, but oh my god, at least it's Robin Williams.
I mean, as someone that doesn't like scary things, that'd be perfect. Like, I don't want to be scared by anyone scary, but yeah, that'd be ideal. That'd be an ideal situation to be in. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Robbie. This was a lot of fun. I hope you had a good time, and you're always welcome back on the show if you ever want to come back on.
I would love to. Thank you both for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been great.